It's 1776 all over it again. Let's go back to your phone calls. Jason in Washington and Sirius, Brian, John, Dan, Philip, Ronnie, Bobby, Rhonda. We're going to all of you. Let's go to Jason in Washington. Go ahead, Jason.
How's it going, Alex?
Good,
First
sir.
time caller.
Welcome.
I've seen many of your documentaries and I've read your book also. I want to talk a little bit about Frank Shepard Fairey. For those of you who don't know, he's the front man for the Obey propaganda campaign. The same guy who did the Obama Hope poster.
And he's the guy that for like a decade had Andre's Got a Posse. That people who wonder why they see Andre the Giant with the word obey, that's him.
Yeah, I mean, even George Orwell taught us to beware of the sign on the wall reading obey, you know.
Yeah, and notice now he turns out he everything's communist red stars. It's sold in the shopping malls everywhere. He makes the Lenin-esque posters of Obama looking out. And again, that's the phony foundation, phony left rebellion. The elites know the people are going to rebel against their fascist model. So they create the socialist communist model of false rebellion to suck us into it.
Yeah, I've been studying propaganda, art, psychology, society for some time now, and I work for one of the largest Obey retailers in the world, and I've watched this whole Obama cult phenomenon play out slowly, and how they're trying to control how we think, how we act, and shaping the young public opinion, mostly in politics. I've been exposing Shepard Fairey and all of his plagiarized propaganda for the last 2 years now, and trying to show the dumbed-down people that he is using the same power used by the ruling elite of our society, giving us a mass psychology test. And for those who fall into the trap through the propaganda, the final grade is Armageddon.
Yeah, notice on his site, he wants everybody to print and post his crap. And what I've done is I'm declaring war on Obama's poster teams. He was in the Washington Post telling people to stick his posters on stop signs. I'm saying follow the law, don't do that. Notice, though, that's okay. But so if you put up red stars in Obama, and then I notice he sells little Red Brigade toys, little commissars of the commissariat, the political speech police are the good guys on his site. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Shepard Fairey knows the agenda, and he's a frontman for a huge, dangerous cult following. I mean, all you need to do is look at his symbolism. His Obey logo is a star with a circle around it. What does that remind you of?
The communist.
Yeah, or a pentagram as well.
Yeah, but if you look at it, I mean, look. Guys, go back to the image you had on screen a minute ago, the Red Brigade Commissar. I mean, on his site, the Commissars are good. They're going to teach you what you can say. They're going, because, they're going to teach you good. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, sir.
All of his ideas, I'm sure you've seen John Carpenter's They Live.
Yes.
I mean, that's sort of where all of his foundation comes from for the Obey propaganda campaign.
Well, also I see the death rune on his site. Most people don't know the peace symbol is actually the death rune, or the rune of death, the eugenics symbol.
All of it. I mean, Shepard Fairey he's a Satanist, and he's working for the elite, and he wants our minds.
So you work for him still, or you're now left his organization?
I'm in the process of leaving the organization. I still work for one of the largest retailers that sell his clothing line.
Well, notice how he was always anti-corporate, and these guys that always are anybody selling their material, they're libertarian, but then they are the big corporate guys that the media supports and their stores are everywhere.
Oh, of course. He's a total sellout, too, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a sellout if you're successful and maintain your message, but his message has been Big Brother-esque all along. And that's the big joke, is they put out the Obey posters about submission to tyranny, and then it's supposedly anti-establishment, and then he makes these Stalin-esque posters. Good to hear from you, caller. Good to hear from Jason in Washington, Sirius, and others. Your calls straight ahead. This is the authentic rebellion. This is the InfoWar.
Finally, in the news this evening, it's being reported that cyber spies from Russia and China have now penetrated our power grid. Even as energy experts are reporting that each summer we get closer and closer to the limits of our nation's power grid, some say that this summer's demand for electrical power may finally push the grid over its edge, creating a cascade of power outages across the country, putting us all in the dark.
Are you prepared for the next round of storm-related outages or government-created blackouts? Have you ever thought about taking steps to get off the grid and generate your own private supply of electrical power? If so, this will be the most important information you have ever heard. Solar-powered generators are finally available. They have no moving parts to wear out or break and require absolutely no gas whatsoever. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Check out mysolarbackup.com before you lose your power.
We are continuing with your phone calls. Coming up, I want to read most of Larry Flint's open letter to the American people in the Huffington Post. Very, very interesting. Some other news. Mexico decriminalizes small-scale drug possession. See, it was nice for the government to control the drug dealing until things got out of control. And so now they're being forced to decriminalize because they know that will lessen the war that's going on. Also, artificial life is only months away, says biologist Craig Ventnor, Times of London. CBS to run video ad in magazine this fall. That's the future. Your magazines are just going to be plastic filament that has a small chip in it that transmits through it like a TV screen the news articles. It's 20-year-old technology. It's now being phased in. Very exciting. We'll cover some of that. Also more on the flu, how the establishment's hyping that up. But right now, let's go back to the calls. Cyrus in Pennsylvania. You're on the air, Cyrus.
Alex, it's a pleasure to speak with you.
Pleasure to talk to you. What's on your mind today?
Hey, Alex, I'm calling regarding an email I sent you earlier today. Yesterday morning, I attended a CDC-sponsored symposium regarding the swine flu. I don't know if you had a chance to look at that.
I've been getting a lot of emails, and listeners have been sending me video of CDC federalization brainwashing meetings where they train everybody to go under Pentagon, Department of Defense, regular Army control, mass graves. Again, we got laughed at 8 months ago. Now it's all over the news. The mass graves and incinerators are good. And then even if the feds don't launch this bio attack in the fall, they're setting the pretext for control. But tell us what you saw at this meeting.
Well, at first, you'll be happy to know a lot of people were talking about Alex Jones, and there were a lot of really informed people about what were going on. There weren't too many people that were in the dark, at least who attended the meeting that I was at. The meeting was billed as sort of an informational meeting for the public. But once we got there, almost immediately, it seemed to me it was sort of a public opinion survey, like a Nielsen sort of survey.
That's a focus group. No, they're finding out if the slaves are going to not notice when their kids, have convulsions and get Gillian's Bernays.
Exactly correct. It was a focus group, down to the point where they gave us each electronic buttons and asked us to answer certain questions that they read to us, which I didn't participate in that end of it at all. But
by the way, we've confirmed what a caller gave us a tip on Friday. At Boston Logan and other airports, they're taking DNA samples, scrapings off people's hands to get us ready for DNA databases that the feds already admit they want to make for all Americans. They're taking blood from all babies at birth, putting it in illegal databases. That's now mainstream news. But I just wanted to confirm before I forgot that they're using this flu thing just as a cover for total federal takeover. Go ahead.
When I got there was a woman who tried to make a point regarding something that happened in Texas. Apparently, there's a school district down there that wants to have the swine. You talk about this quite regularly, by the way. A school district down there that wants to make mandatory the swine flu vaccine before the children can attend school this fall. And the narrator tried to shut her down, which I jumped in right at that point. And after I sort of spoke up, the audience, it turned into a little bit of a town meeting, if you will. And so that nonsense stopped right from the get-go. But once that portion of the meeting calmed down, one of the narrators came to me, I guess because I was a little bit vocal, and actually introduced me to both the CDC head, who was a PR person, not a scientist, but a PR person, as well as a woman from the state of Pennsylvania, Her title was Director of, bear with me for a second, Director of the Office of Public Health for Preparedness of Pennsylvania. Her name was Sharon Fitzgerald. And I asked her directly whether Pennsylvania was a signator to the Emergency Health Preparedness Act, which, as you know, was passed some time ago by President.
Yeah, the Model States Emergency Powers Act, yeah.
Yes, sir. And she wouldn't answer me directly. She said she'd have to check with her legal department before she could answer. But
well, a lot of states didn't pass accompanying laws to index into the federal, to nexus in, but they still had the bureaucracies that take federal money have implemented. And then the feds themselves, first the feds get us federalized, then they are under UN Level 6. The World Health Organization admittedly is running this. So we're under UN control, and the UN bragged back in April, this is great for global governance.
Well, one of the reasons I asked her about that, because I had seen another meeting, I think through your website at InfoWars, where a gentleman from the Department of the Navy who worked for the CDC had said that martial law or wouldn't be declared nationally. It would be sort of up to the states to implement.